welcome to the Shamanic Heartspace podcast. I'm Nancy. I guess you can call me a medicine keeper, a traditional shamanic practitioner. Really, I'm just an alchemist, an all-round magic tinkerer. I guide people in managing their expanding consciousness at this interesting time on planet Earth. And if you're interested in working with me, please do reach out. In this episode, I will be channeling the energy for the upcoming lunar cycle to give you a heads up of what you might expect and how to navigate what could come up for you. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I receive channeled messages using all the clairs, and sometimes my voice or tone will change. I also yawn as a channeling symptom, so don't be alarmed when any of that happens. I invite you now to be aware while listening of any of your own messages that might come through to you directly. So please take some time out for yourself, get into the receiving mode, and only take what resonates with you on your personal journey. Oh, welcome. So nice to have you here. We are diving into the full moon for the 9th of October 2022. This will be an Aries full moon, and Aries is connected with the head and everything about the head, the eyes, the nose. So if you notice any more headaches or anything like that, just, they're symptoms of the time. Please use your medicines accordingly. I'm a big fan of the teas and tinctures at the moment. So before we jump in, I just want to let you know the energy is kind of assertive, warrior-like. It's about including everybody, but this means you've got to stay in your peace and make some time to drop into your heart. The heart is the biggest EMF portal in the body. It is the biggest portal we have, and coming from that energy is going to serve us well. The themes really are about movement. There's some really big stuff on the way. Lots of new beginnings, plans hatching, finding a much deeper understanding of yourself, and therefore deepening compassion for others is the aim of the game right now. So you can expect better communication, clarity, and seeing more of what's possible. This was a very strong channel. It wasn't just one channel that came through, as I've been noticing recently. Lots of different voices, pictures drop in, and it's an interesting time, but it's a great time ahead. So I hope you enjoy this podcast, and I hope that you find it helpful. Thank you so much, amazing Patreons, for your support in everything over on Patreon. Without you guys, there would be no free episodes, so thank you very much. And when we come to the end of this episode, if you want more, the extended podcast, go and check out Patreon, where you can receive some more magic if you need it, if you feel the call to. So, like I said, I hope you enjoy, and I will see you soon. All right, so just feeling into the space. If you're in a position to do so, see what revelations come through for you as well. What you can channel, what comes to the surface for you. So I'm just making my connection now. I do that by visualizing my feet planted into the earth and my crown in the heavens with my cosmic cousins, the Palladians. Always brings a smile to my face. Okay, here we go. Can expect many revelations about the ego, and maybe how it's been leading you a merry dance. So you might have some quite deep revelations about yourself in that respect, and not realize how much you've been coming from ego, showing me the image of people looking in the mirror and seeing something different reflected back at them. So with that, perhaps seeing your part in a dynamic as you become more authentically you. Maybe you thought you were being authentic, but we're actually just operating from ego. So there might be some apologies that you need to make. So with this, of course, naturally feeling raw, feeling vulnerable, feeling low, tail between your legs kind of thing. As you really realize who you are, and this can be a very humbling process. Okay, this is very interesting, very, very strong energy. Yeah, so as we strip down to who we really are, our core, this is very humbling. And also just be aware that the right people for you will cannot be okay. The word isn't forgive, the phrase isn't be okay, but they will kind of understand and let it go if you apologize. We all need to be coming from a place of compassion and helping each other out as much as possible. So the right people for you will understand if you find the right way to express that. Oh, strong energy. So, of course, on the flip side, then, if you're receiving an apology, please be kind. Obviously, don't compromise yourself, and be wary of people's patterns and stuff. But no one is perfect, and we all make mistakes, right? It takes courage to stand up and be counted. So everybody, can we be humble? Not let these egos ruin our lives. Okay. Yeah, there's a message here about the ego becoming the ally, your sidekick. Gauge yourself in your situation. Obviously, we're all on different paths. They just said if you're expecting an apology, you're probably the one who will need to be giving the apologies. Oh, very humbling. Interesting. Okay. Slight change now. All right, so we're in an energy of a meeting point. It's not quite a crossroads, but it's a meeting point. It's a culmination. The new you, your new life, world, meeting the old version or versions. Depends on you, how much you're going to allow that to clash, or how smoothly you want it to be. It depends on your reactivity, your ability to integrate, your patience, your compassion for self. So there's a very strong energy of the truth. The truth. A lot of people say the truth is subjective, but that wanting to dig out what is true, whatever that means for you. Okay, they're showing me screens. So, I guess, yeah, don't believe everything you're told. Don't believe everything that you read. We kind of know that, but I guess it's just a reminder. Find your own narrative. I'm not surfing that external story. Okay, hang on. There's lots of visions, lots of voices coming at me right now, so thank you for bearing with me. Another reminder as well that you're going to attract what you're putting out there. So, okay, so as we're bumping up, moving through, it's probably a better use of the word, that I actually feel them in my mouth. Hold on a sec. Okay, have to find our center. We're going to have to keep finding our center as we continue now towards the end of the year. There's a real kind of snowball thing happening. Now be aware of any financial or resource turbulence in the next few months and going forward. This is necessary for releasing the toxic, that no longer serves us. So this can be whatever you want it to be. It can feel like chaos, it can feel quite scary, so on and so forth. But you get to choose. You get to be prepared and you get to choose. So the message is, once more, make your plans, please. It feels like a kind of last warning. Not that that's meant to be scary or anything, but I'm sure we've said this a few times, and this is big energy leading up to even bigger energy. So I'm just asking to be a little bit more specific. They said we're talking about financial institutions, stock markets, etc., likely to face a lot of pressure, turbulence in those areas. This kind of a so-called energy crisis. Oh, yes, okay. So it's not an energy crisis, it's a rationing. It's a game plan. Okay. I don't want to get into that too much on here. But it's going to lead to, there's a lot of revolutionary energy coming through that punk kind of 1970s. I wasn't around for that, but it's an era that I have a lot of respect for. So there could be a lot of explosive stuff going on. We've obviously moved into the collective here. So that when we're talking about the collective, it's very important that we maintain our own harmony, our own boundaries. If you are part of the outward expression of any movements, revolutionary moves, all of that, just remember to go pro, not anti. So pro peace, not anti-war. It's really important. We've got to be really, really careful and thoughtful about how we're using language. It's really important because stuff is manifesting really quickly, and what we speak is what we create. Oh, okay. So decision making, discernment. Try not to get distracted into obsessive energy. There's a potential for that. So again, that peace inside. Okay, so if fear, anxiety, those things are coming up for you, focus on whatever you can that gets you into that peaceful place. And try to remember that new things are being created all of the time. Beautiful new things all of the time. And you can be part of that as well if you want to, by adding to that cauldron. There is no need to panic or feed fear. It might really seem like it, but it's just part of the hologram. But the hologram is changing. Your thoughts, your energy are constantly feeding the collective. So focus on what you want to create and what makes you feel good. Okay. Moving more inward now. What you've been working through on your personal journey, you're going to see something more clearly. Let me just say here, they tell me stuff in the present. So obviously this doesn't apply to everybody. Everybody is on a journey. What I'm talking about is there's an energy here, a potential in anything I'm talking about. So if you've been working through something, there is support available here for more clarity, is what I'm trying to say. But the energy is so strong and so fast. The words and the images are coming so quickly. Sometimes I don't get to edit. All right, so potential for gaining deeper connection to yourself. This is great. This has been happening for a long time. Okay, so they're showing me two kids, one poking the other's bruises on their arm. So this is a potential for emotional triggers. But if these triggers are coming up for you, they're showing you who you really are, and what you need, helping you to maybe get to a point where I have had enough. I can't do this anymore. I need help. I need this out of my life. I need this in my life. So really endings and new beginnings, I guess, is the way to sum that up. It's all about showing you who you are. Okay, so yeah, full moons always sheds more light on the healing journey. And this is really powerful for being aligned with yourself, especially if you've been feeling like an outsider. They're saying, join the club. If you're an outsider, come and join me because I get it. And so lots of the outsiders finding their people, perhaps, or just finding who you are in yourself. That's the most important thing. All right, new alternatives. Valiance, courage, real independence. For a while now, that's been a theme as well. Independence, really not looking outside for your happiness, not waiting for something, and not even pushing things, just being like, okay, if this is really difficult, why is it difficult? Do I need to be doing something else? Surrender, ultimately, I guess, is the point there. A very deep union with the self, and that will lead to union with others. This is a very good opportunity for this. Okay. All right, so yeah, linking into what I just said and what I said near the top, sharing your vulnerability, and being able to be supported in that. So you'll probably realize things about relationships and all that kind of stuff, through this next phase. If there's anything else that needs to be shaken off and blown away, how are you sharing yourself with others? Might still be hiding, closed heart. All right, so a bit of a balancing act for resilience, humility, and strength. All right, so revelations around, I don't even know how to say it. Perhaps, questioning. Are you looking too much at your own side of a story or a dynamic? Are you being kind to yourself, but also, yes, always be kind to yourself, but step back or take a bird's eye view of a situation, because it is not all about you. If you're in a complicated, or many complicated situations all at once, you need to step back and consider the other people involved in this. And if that's too much for you to carry right now, you need to step away from the situation, because I don't know why. They didn't finish the sentence. Just step away from the situation. It's not all about you. There are other people involved. Okay, so opportunity to deepen the relationships by you opening your heart more. So that doesn't mean falling into that kind of, notice me, I'm in pain, I'm telling you everything that is in my heart, but just opening. This is an inside job. It's not about splurging it all out. Okay, as I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I guess there's just the potential here to be too much in your own energy, so just be aware of that, getting too selfish, egocentric, too driven by your own motives. We need to search for the empathy and compassion for all involved. Also, you might need another perspective. So maybe, opening up to other perspectives. I don't know. All right. If you've been, sorry, the image is making me laugh. If you've been served some humble pie, if you are served some humble pie, oh my gosh, try to come out of your ego. Yeah. Just, okay, accept it. I've been an asshole, whatever. Okay. Bueno. All right, so cycles, projects. An opportunity to complete projects. Okay, so some people are going to feel that whoosh, pushing energy, primal energy to go for it, that fire in your soul. I guess that comes with Aries. Also, a bit better communication, probably after Mercury retrograde, a few other things. I'm not an astrologer, but I think because I've been living as a human being, apparently, there have been problems with communication, but that's going to be flowing better. Might be something that's been hanging around for a while, coming to an end. Cool. So with that, yes, clarity, focus. If that's not with you by the time you're listening to this, it's likely to be on the way. What work still needs to be done? We're meant to have had a rest period recently. It's a joke. It wasn't very restful for me anyway. The advice was try to rest. So now is the time. That's why they wanted us to rest. Now is the time where we're going to need that energy that hopefully we stored up. Yeah, so clarity around what needs to be done, what direction you need to take. It's quite forceful. This is going to be really, really important to take care of your own energy and your routines. If you need 8 hours sleep, get the 8 hours sleep. Yeah, cool. So also with that, more conversations, more people on your wavelength, opening up, plans coming together. So it's likely to feel very fast and direct, but you need to do your best to try and slow down and really be aware of what you're doing. Consciousness. Journaling can be a really good way to do that. If you've got any of your own ideas, please share them either in the comments or on any social media. So yeah, again, really about not being too reactive. Where is your mind, your energy being spent? That old chestnut keeps coming up. Yeah, we just gotta cut the crap with distractions. And focus on where you want to be, nothing to do with other people. Yeah, we've talked about that already, guys. I guess they just really want to press that point. Where do you want to be? Just cutting out the noise. Just bedding into yourself. So yeah, it might feel intense. And if you're triggered by control, people trying to control you, get ready. That would be me. I can't deal with that. Well, I'm gonna have to, I suppose. Oy. All right, so new beginnings coming from endings, closure, beginning a new aspect of healing journey, perhaps with greater understanding, moving into something higher, having solutions and understanding when the time is right for you. If you've been in a waiting period, that time is coming to an end. So that's good news for most. So yeah, just being really conscious all the time. What are you moving away from? What are you ending? And what are you moving into now that you know what you know? So we're really going to have to be discerning and thinking about what is true, what is real, and what isn't. Yeah. It's images of social media and or media in general, sorry. All right. Just keep an eye on your health. If something's bothering you, do get it seen to. Or, even better, start with something daily as a preventative measure. Plants, herbs, whatever rocks your boat, floats your boat, or rocks your world, all of it. Bueno, okay. Connection, greater balance. So, yeah, real potential for greater connection if you can be in your humble self, honest, getting on with projects, not trying to be the boss, not trying to be heard, just let things manifest organically. And just watch plans come together as if by magic. There's a real energy for this if you just allow things to do what they need to do, stay in your lane, flowing and growing effortlessly. I like this. This feels really nice. Real alignment is showing me like sitting on a golden egg that's about to hatch. It's a nursery rhyme or something, I think. Okay, so this energy is going to continue into the rest of the year, just uncovering deeper truth within yourself. Cool. We've got these eclipses on the way. Alrighty. Eclipses, obviously there'll be more about that in another podcast. Well, the upshot is they lead to permanent change. You don't get a choice when it comes to eclipses. First-hand experience there. So likely to be in the financial arena once more. Please do what you need to before eclipse season. Otherwise, it will just be pulled out of you. So this means being really conscious, being really honest with yourself, cut off what isn't good for you, set time aside for you, for your practices and routines, make time for your inner peace. Stop blaming the world for your issues and just take back your power. It's time to grow up. If this applies to you, it's time to grow up. If you're not already fully taking responsibility for everything, it's time. Whoa. All right, so some questions, if you would like, going forward. All right. 1 second, just having a conversation. Hold on. All right. First of all, are you proud of yourself? Excuse me. Are you proud of your actions? Can you be proud of your actions? Are you proud of your actions, what you're doing? Is there anything in your closet that you're afraid of? What are you creating? That's number 2. What are you creating? Is number 3. Is there anyone or anything you are blaming for where you feel there is lack in your life? Okay, next one. Are you prepared for the revolution? Okay. Are you prepared for the revolution? Okay, lastly, what is your legacy? Well, they are quite big questions. Okay, hold on 1 sec. Someone new coming in. Hi. Wow, a lot of yawning today. Sorry if that's triggering you into yawning. Channeling symptoms. All right, so October and November. Right, October and November, they are always the climactic part of the year. But it seems especially this one. So if it hasn't happened already, we can expect a change of air as these months sign off the end of 2022. It's 2022, right? We are ending cycles, beginning new ones, different portals. So just do your best to be ready. And this isn't about, stockpiling or whatever. It's really just about being ready. You knew this was coming. Not my words, guys, by the way. All right, so remember that we're going through an evolutionary upgrade, and you can expect collective breakdowns leading to breakthroughs as the so-called world order collapses to bring about something new. And this is why you came here now. This is what you've been training for lifetimes. Everyone listening here now is an old soul. There's no one here. This is their first time round. Just keep in your mind's eye the bigger picture and hold your own. Let the world just do its thing, and you stay centered in yourself. Keep your loved ones close. Be compassionate. Be humble. Be love. All you can do is you. Do your best to connect with people on the same wavelength. If things aren't flowing, just put them aside for now. You can always come back to them later. This is really important. To stay in peace and a high vibration. This is all adding to the collective and crafting a new hologram, a better hologram. So be honest with yourself, because it's time. It's time, and here we go. So that brings us to the end of this free episode. If you're interested in a bit more, hop on over to Patreon and check out what's on offer over there. There'll be an extended podcast episode twice a month at least, plus extra bonuses. And really, I just hope that you find this helpful. I hope that you have a peaceful and beautiful full moon. And this really is the time of, as we say, the veils are thinning between the worlds, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, but in general on the planet right now. So please look after your energy, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, keep your boundaries intact, keep your energy clean. And yeah, like I said, there's more information on that available on Patreon, but I don't want to bang on about that too much. So sending you lots of love for this time and always, and I will see you soon.